So I failed to get a mechanic who can come and work on this. I think it's too big a job to do on my drive. So now we're going to take it to a garage where we're going to take the engine out, clean it up, replace all the seals, change the timing and water pump, and make it brand new again. So that's what we're doing here. This is my guy. Here's my baby. We've arrived at the garage. Hey boss. Oh man, look at that. Now we can really see what's going on here. Look at this. This is just sitting there. But the top part is alright. So we're just gonna cut all the way here and then split the bottom and weld it. So I'm gonna have to leave this car with my mechanic now. We are in Rochdale, and he hasn't got time to do it now because he's got other cars. He's doing timing chain on a BMW and other cars, so I'm just gonna have to leave it because he needs to. The spark plugs are working because they're bringing spark. They're making a spark. So what he needs to establish now is the fuel line. One that he pulled out wasn't bringing out any fuel, so we could be looking at a fuel pump problem. But what he wants to do is he wants to establish that the car is the fuel lines are working, and once the fuel lines are running, because I told him there's fuel in there, he wants to see if this engine will start and the car will drive, and then after that we'll sort out all the other problems. Because I was thinking about K-swapping this engine, but I'm not going to do that. Rather, what I'm going to ask for him to do is to strip the whole engine, replace all the seals and gaskets, and make it brand new again. You know, that's what we're going to do. So right now my mechanic just managed to start the car for the very first time. Do you know how happy I am right now? But he's had to hack into the fuel system because there seems to be a blockage somewhere. So that's what we're trying to figure out now. And also we have an oil leakage somewhere in the valve cover seals. So we're working on that now. So the oil leak that I found on the valve cover, because all this is covered in oil, it's actually leaking into the combustion somewhere, because it's leaking into the, look what came out. This is the plug. It's full of smoke. I don't know if it's supposed to look like that, but also oil is leaking into that. My guy is having to change the spark plugs right now because either they're not working or they're covered in oil. So we're gonna need new plugs anyway, but for now he wants to just be able to start the car and drive it into the garage, put it on the ramp, and then drop the fuel tank and drop the engine and work from the ramp. So I'm happy. This is good progress. So she up on the ramp now. We're hoping to take the fuel tank down and then look into the fuel system, especially the fuel pump. We've taken a look at the rust. It's so clean underneath, so the rust is only limited to the seals. We've changed the tires at the back. We've put some winter tires on there. We just need to clean the wheels and paint them. What else are we doing today? Yeah, just taking the fuel pump out and see what else needs doing. See if she'll start once we fix the fuel pump issue, and then hopefully she's gonna start running. But if the fuel pump is not the issue, then we just have to clean the whole fuel system the distributor, injectors, that sort of thing. So I'll keep you posted. So I'm at the garage today, and my mechanic, he has done some work. There's been some progress. He's put some fuses here. No electrical problems here, but there's a short in the fuel tank system. So now I'm faced with the option of doing this or not doing this. Of course, you know what I'm gonna choose. So he's about to demonstrate to me that there is a short inside the fuel tank. I don't know what that means, so he's going to explain to me. So he's just told me that there's a lot of work that's required to take out the fuel tank. They will probably charge me around £200. So he didn't want to go ahead without asking me if that's okay, because obviously we are working with a very small budget. So, but if it means that's what needs to get done to get my car working, then that what needs to get done. I know it will be very stressful dealing with these cars, restoring them. £200 to take the fuel tank out alone, even though that doesn't solve all our problems. It's a lot, and no one is willing to take on this car because everyone understands the job at hand. So that's where I am at. So my mechanic has started working on the tank, and he seems to be having a lot of trouble with the rear of the tank. The front end of the tank is okay, easy taking out, but the rear end, I don't know what he's seeing in there, but it all seems to have limited space. So we'll see. But I think there's some connections that need to be taken apart through the top. So this is the fuel pump. How many connections to this one?
2 wire, just
1, 2 wire.
yeah,
and this one
and pipe.
and pipe.
Yes, I
So
can do it for you. This one.
how do I know which you're taking out?
Yeah, I'm taking it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So we managed to take out the fuel pump. It's supposed to come in silver or golden color. This is just rust and sludge. If you can see this line below my thumb right here, this is a line of sludge, especially when we just pulled it out from the fuel tank. This area was dry and rusty, and from here down it was wet. That was the amount of fuel we had in there. We had about a quarter of a tank, and there was this thick line of sludge here. So we're gonna have to clean the tank, empty it out, and rinse it or whatever. But this here is the OEM, the original Toyota part, the original fuel pump, and especially with this fuel pump filter right here. Mine is unusable, it's cracked, allowing debris inside the filter and into the pump, and so it's seized basically. We tried to hotwire this one, but it wasn't responsive at all. And one of the fuses, I think it was the 15 amp fuse from the ignition coil, it's fuel pump related anyway, it was also blown. So tomorrow we're going to replace this. I'm going to collect a new one. I found a new one online and I've bought it, so I'm going to collect one of these new ones with the filter, fit it onto the car after cleaning the tank and changing the fuel filter as well. So we're gonna try and get as clean the fuel system as possible. So that's what it is, I guess. Once we've replaced this and cleaned out the pipes and everything, it's gonna start hopefully.